What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Odin. His name's Joe. More about that later. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Oranos. His name is Moore. The map is Blue Lagoon, and this is a part of AOL Destroyer's Age of Mythology of the Titans 2022 tournament. And what we're seeing here from Moore is he thinks he's on a water map because he is chopping down this tree like a bad boy. I'm just kidding. This is a 4-minute build order, which Moore has been working on. It's very, very hyper efficient because what it actually does is it allows you to get your wood income before you get your hunting dogs, which means when your villagers are on the food, they're actually gathering more. So you just get that slight efficiency to get that little bit extra food income. Very, very smart from Moore. I love this kind of Oranos, innovation, I guess. And he's going to get himself just a little bit more wood before he jumps onto the gold mine to get himself his temple and his house. Nice play here thus far. Meanwhile, so back over here to talk about Joe for a second. If you guys don't know Joe, it's because he hasn't been playing for a little bit. He's a working man over in the greatest of Britons, England that is, and he's just doing his thing, man. He's a busy boy, so he doesn't get to play so much Age of Mythology, but he is participating in this tournament, and he is known for his Isis. He is known for his Ra. He is known for his Set. He is not known for his Odin, but he's also kind of known for his Zeus a little bit as well. He played 4 gods for so long. Zeus as his kind of off Egyptian pick, and then the rest of the Egyptians. But we're seeing him go in with Odin here. Now, if we dial the clock back, like, I don't know, even just like 1 year, there was RTS Sanctuary thread after RTS Sanctuary thread of Oranos can't beat Odin. It's an imbalanced matchup. Odin wins Oranos like 100-0. It's just an unbalanced match. Nowadays, it's coming close to that 50-50 mark that makes so much more balance. So much more balance. We love it. We absolutely love it. So we'll see how this game is going to go. Moore is going to be throwing up his temple now, getting ready to go up to the next stage. Thanks so much for the 500 bits, Alien Pro. Thank you, my friend. And this villager will be finishing up fairly shortly. Moore's going to have not quite enough to advance, but this is completely normal here. He's going to jump onto that tree, advance up through Prometheus. 4-minute advance time with hunting dogs. Absolute perfection here from Moore. This is exactly how you need to play this matchup in the early stages of the game, because otherwise you don't get going fast enough, and there is almost no reason to not do this build. Going 430, maybe not the way to go anymore. Maybe in any matchup. Just think about it. Just think about it for a little bit. Freya on the way now for Joe. No real surprises here. You don't normally see Heimdall in this matchup, just because there's not a lot of use for the Iron here. Gets picked off too easy by Hero Terma. And the Valkyrie on the other hand is very, very useful. Does a lot of damage early, and you can also build them a little bit later. Feel very, very good. We are seeing the Oracles all moving back onto this position. Smart play to do this. See the Ulfsark coming in here being a nuisance, and Moore will probably heroize this with Valor to get a free hero citizen to boot and defend this. There's the Valor, the Ulfsark retreating away, or Skraeling, I should say, and the Hearse are going to be pulling back. We do see the Tusk of the Iron Boar coming in for Joe. Now, if you have the Tusk of the Iron Boar, this actually does make going raiding cavalry very, very tempting here. But I have to say, don't do it unless your opponent starts making Karabala, so just stick with the Ulfsark. They're so much better against the Murmillo in the early stages of the game. You can definitely go on with raiding cavalry later in the game, but early game, Ulfsark are the way. As we do see more moving forward with his Prometheans, we still see the classic Norse technique of the ox cart being a mile away from the giraffe. This is something that Norse mains will know all too well, and the way to fix this is to constantly be cycling through your ox cart with Control G. Very, very good. There's the Longhouse coming up now for Joe. Still no units getting thrown down as the house coming up. Over here we do see the Promethean bashing away at the house. Over here we've got the Valkyrie looking for some raids. There's not going to be anything really to hit at this point. We do have the Oracles back home as well. Enough units defending this location. And now Joe needs to figure out where he wants to go to get more food. Obviously, this place would be very, very nice if he can, but it looks like he's going to be moving over here onto the berries for the time being. Very, very safe from Joe. Bit surprised to see that. I mean, maybe he just feels like he's a little bit too far behind because of how delayed his units are at this point, deciding not to go for here, not wanting to fight, just sit in his base, try and get a nice heroic age without losing any villages, give up map control and see what he can do, as more retreating away on this position as the Ulfsark still don't have their upgrade just yet, no Lone Wanderer, and they are going to be pushing in. Definitely need to get that Lone Wanderer before you start fighting, otherwise things can be very, very poor, and we are seeing a sneaky, cheeky housing crisis here from Joe, as he does manage to get those houses up, starts going. There's the Lone Wanderer. Normally we see medium Ulfsark coming through here, as you can probably guess would be very, very good, but without access to hunt can be a little bit bad. Now, will we move up to this hunt? No, not just yet. We are seeing the units retreating back more. Very, very hyper aware of what he needs to do in this matchup. Super, super good at knowing what to do, because he's done this. He's been a victim of the Norse civilization for quite some time, and he is going to be looking for something to take out here, as the Terma moving on to this position, going to be hitting this gold mine. 1,400 gold left in that gold mine, as there is a potential forest fire that could come in here, take down this villager, as we are seeing the Ulfsark swinging around here, looking to get that one down. The villager going to be pulling back. Nice micro from Joe, going to try and get the surround on this citizen. Does manage to snipe that one down. There is a Carabalista out here in the middle of nowhere that will get taken down as well, going to be retreating away, but there is nowhere for it to run. Nice snipe there. That's a citizen kill plus a Carabalista. Huge amount of damage thus far by Joe. Has to be careful not to throw it away by staying on this location for too long, losing an Ulfsark just about. There's a forest fire on this position here, trying to take down these units. This forest fire not doing a whole lot, as the Ulfsark now on top of these Terma, ready to start fighting. We do see some nice micro here from Moore to take down some units, as Joe going to be retreating away after losing quite a bit. He's going to attempt to finish off this Ulfsark, but does not manage to do so. Meanwhile, over here, can still keep fighting on this forest fire, but not going to happen, as all the trees will end up burning and falling to their demise, as the Valkyrie is just kind of harassing the sentry. I actually really like this harass from Joe, because it sets off the little known fact, it sets off the notification that you're being attacked. So if anyone is used to relying on the notification for being alerted to being attacked, you just move in, you attack a sentry tower, and then you attack somewhere else that's important. Your opponent's not going to get that notification. So, hello, more, hello, more, just, okay, just, that's fine, good. Now we see the Ulfsarks moving in. There's medium Ulfsarks. There's nice reaction time there from Moore to retreat away. Joe's going to be attempting to micro this to the best of his ability to take the citizen down, but the citizen does manage to sneak into the manor there, as the villagers still getting their berries, just about to finish up on the food though. Just one more pig left. I don't know if there's actually enough food here. If Joe cancels everything to go to the next age, he might have to actually start farming here, which is very, very bad, because there's going to be out of gold very soon here as well. So he doesn't actually have the gold to get to the next age either. So we'll see how this goes, as the Ulfsark leaving this location, the Carabalista moving in, super strong. At this point, it is worth it to be making those raiding cavalry to jump onto this. But you only got 2 military buildings. There's the raiding cavalry that we were talking about, giving access to the Tusk of the Iron Boar. Very key. These dwarves are going to be making a retreat back, and Joe's going to be looking to try and get another gold mine. Meanwhile, the Ulfsark over here retreating around the map, just looking for someone to take out. We do have the Ravens spotting this location here. The dwarves just going to be pulled back and eventually come back in. There's some Valkyries now coming in, but a Valor does get thrown down on this location here. That's going to be very, very tough for Joe to do anything. Meanwhile, over here, the Ulfsark trying to take down some citizens, but in the end of the day, he might pick off one, but he needs to retreat after that, and he will get away from here. Nice play, as that's going to get it's going to get out of there completely fine. Alluvial clay coming through for Mr. Moore as well. This is one of the lesser known technologies. We don't see it very often. It gives your Prometheans an extra 30% hit points, and you get 30%. That's quite a lot, and they do have 175 HP, so it is quite a lot. And it is definitely a decent technology. Once you get enough of these Prometheans, I think it's probably best to get about 4 Prometheans and then get alluvial clay, because that's probably going to give your Prometheans the same as one extra Promethean. So something to think about here. As now Joe going to try and come in here. 104 of 105 population. Looks like Joe's going to try and get a surround on this location. Nice micro here from Moore. Splitting up those Hero Murmillos, taking after those Valkyrie. Big shockwave onto the throwing Axeman here. The Cairo Ballast are doing so much damage in the back. There have been no attempt at Joe to get onto that one here as the Ulfsark now coming in. Imagine Forest Fire here though. Could have been spicy, but he doesn't have it. Meanwhile, on the top of the fight, the Ulfsark getting pushed back. Those Murmillo too strong here. The villagers getting pulled off of their fight, off of their gathering duties here. 68 population for Joe, 97 population for Moore, as Joe is desperately trying to hold on here, but it's looking like it's just too little too late for Joe to take this fight and win, as the Oranos of Moore too strong. Those alluvial clay Prometheans coming in, doing everything that they can. Meanwhile, over here, we've even got the raid on this location, and Joe will end up tapping out. GG, well played. Moore taking the first game here with some very clean Oranos play. My golly gosh, if you guys are Atlantean players, I would recommend getting this recorded game. You can find it in the Voobly database and studying the heck out of it, because this was a clean strategy here from Moore. GG, well played. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.